there was this line called the Sokolnitska border. It was an informal line that previously was naturally the state boundary between the Russian Empire and the Austro-Hungarian Empire. After Poland had reappeared on the map, it was all Poland, so there was no longer any border. But the border between these two regions was nevertheless maintained in an informal way. And this is something that Gruszewski also maintained as his time as a governor. It meant that certain organizations that were active in Galicia, Ukrainian activist organizations, such as Prosvita, they weren't able to register their organizations in Volhynia. They had a very difficult time to establishing themselves there. This was naturally an attempt to try to stop this Galician form of Ukrainian nationalism to come to Volhynia. He was very well liked by the Ukrainians in his region. He brought back a lot of his friends from his time as minister in the Ukrainian People's Republic and used various people that had been on those positions before in the Ukrainian People's Republic and gave them new jobs in Volhynia, trying to build bridges between the Poles and the Ukrainians. He also was their voice in Warsaw, so there was a lot of lobbying efforts that he would travel back and forth to Warsaw and try to improve the situation for his region as much as possible. When it came to the Greek Catholic Church in the region, the Ukrainian Greek Catholic Church, this was also something that he tried to strengthen as much as possible. It had been the main church in the region before the Russian Empire had clamped down on it, outlawing it in 1839. If we look closer at the church, it was created in 1596 as a result of the Union of Grodno, which created this form of orthodoxy, which maintained all its orthodox characteristics, so to say, but they swore allegiance to the Pope in Rome, as all Catholics do, meaning that it was some form of mix between the two. According to some of the Orthodox faithful that fought against it, it was a Polish initiative to try to take over Ruthenia back in those days in the 16th and 17th century. But it was very successful, not in all of Kiev, all of Ukraine. Kiev naturally remained a strong Orthodox stronghold. However, in Galicia, Volhynia, and other parts of what is today Western Ukraine, the church took root and it maintained its position in the Austro-Hungarian Empire. However, with the clampdown by the Russians in 1839, it was completely uprooted in Volhynia, and Gruszewski wanted to return some of their influence in the region. So this is one thing that some of the local Orthodox population held against him. Once the Second World War broke out, this bad blood that Gruszewski had tried to make disappear, unfortunately reappeared. He himself had not been in the region in the year leading up to the war, because after the death of Józef Piłsudski in 1935, the people that came to power after him, they were still Piłsudski's allies, but they had tried to, they didn't have neither his charisma, his persona, or this authority that he had with the Polish people. So they tried to win the hearts and minds of Poles in a different way, which is by adapting a lot of policies of the opposition, which at the time was the National Democracy Movement, which was strongly against any ideas to give the Ukrainians a lot of autonomy and various rights. This led to a situation in which Yuzhevsky had a more difficult time to exercise wield his power, so to say, in the region of Volhynia. And in 1938, after 2 years of this deteriorating situation, he resigned in protest against the Polonization efforts of the Orthodox Church in the region.
Adam, as usual, the clock in the corner of the room has defeated us. I'm going to have to ask you to pause there, but we will pick it up next time. I've had to ask Adam to pause, but fear not, if you join us next time on Poland Daily History, as we hope you will, we'll pick up the story. Until then, thank you very much for watching.